So we're off to get some chicken of the woods, or sulphur shelf, or chicken fungus. Now, it starts to grow early spring and then goes right through the summer. But you have to get it when it's young and it's tender. So the scent is, it's slightly musty, but the flavour is incredible. The reason it's called chicken of the woods is because once it's fried off, it has the texture of chicken. It's incredible. Okay, with a mushroom taste and flavour, but the texture is if you close your eyes, put it in your mouth, and you didn't know what you were eating, you would think it was chicken. So it's just up here in this tree, and you'll be amazed. Actually, you'll be amazed at the size of it. It's quite incredible, and people just walk by, not noticing it. Lucky I'm a very tuned eye for chicken of the woods, and here we have it. Look at that incredible fungus. You can just touch it. It's soft and supple. I can just break a little spit off. I don't want to spoil the thing, but look, it's juicy. You don't want to eat it raw either. You have to eat it cooked. But look at that. Isn't that a wonder of nature? Isn't that quite incredible? So we're only going to harvest what we need. A good guide to taking just what you want. So I'm going to cut with my knife. We're only taking what we need because, it's nice to leave some for other people. Also, if no one takes the fungus, the goodness will go back into the tree, obviously, as it rots. But look at that colour. I mean, it's yellow, it's orange, it's white, and you can tell it's really young because when you pinch it, there's a dampness, dampness to it, but also it has that incredible orange, yellow hue. It's quite remarkable, isn't it? A pair of lips there. Hi, welcome back to this glorious morning, and we're going to cook some eggs. We were just lucky enough there to go and get some chicken of the wood from my secret spot, and so we harvested some. We have these beautiful yellow and orange lobes that we're going to fry off. We're going to serve it with sourdough toast, wild garlic, which we collected earlier, and some beautiful free-range eggs. So it's made scrambled eggs and toast with mushrooms and wild garlic. And we'll do it all as usual on the barbecue. So let's start with cooking the chicken of the wood. So I explained a little bit earlier that you have to, when eating chicken of the wood, you need to eat it once it's cooked. It just doesn't agree with you if you don't. I mean, it's the same with a lot of wild mushrooms, even chanterelles. They're best to have cooked. So I'm just going to slice nice big lengths of a lobe, and again, if you look at that closely, it does look like a bit of cross section of a chicken, and that's the thing about chicken of the wood. That's why it's called it. It has the texture and slight mushroomly flavour of chicken. So enough for people there. So we have that ready to go. So we have the cast iron pan on the stove. We'll bring it in on the grill. It's been on there for about 5 minutes. You can tell already when you pour the oil in how it just spreads across the pan that it's hot and ready to go. And you should hear the sizzle as that goes in. So we'll let that cook off. And you can see already in the pan, the chicken's starting to bubble. So we'll just move that about, turn it over slightly, and then leave it for a few moments. Meanwhile, this is quick, that we're going to do this in less than 5 minutes. Meanwhile, we're going to crack some eggs. So I think per person, if you're hungry in the morning, you need 4 eggs. So let's go for 4 eggs. It's beautiful free range, really orange yolks. And the thing about scrambled eggs, you just need eggs. People put milk in it, people put cream in it. Just eggs. Scrambled eggs, mushrooms and toast. With the salt and pepper and the butter, there's less than 8 ingredients. So place that there. We've got the eggs ready to rock. We're going to put the eggs in a little pan, little pot on there. So again, touch of oil just to get it going. And whilst that's happening, we can slice the sourdough. So we'll slice 2 nice big lengths of it. This was made yesterday. And so what we'll do with this is we'll put a lick of olive oil on it, either side. Set that aside for the moment. And I've got the wild garlic, as I was talking about yesterday. So wild garlic season's just about to end. Getting into the start of the summer, late spring. But I was able to get these leaves just before they start to wilt. Once the wild garlic flowers, you know, that's the end of the leaf. But yeah, and you've got the beauty of the flower, and you've got the bulbils you can use afterwards. So, a little bit more about wild garlic. Wild garlic starts in late winter. It can start from mid-February and it lasts right through to May. So what happens initially, you get the small wild garlic leaves, and that's the bit, it's the first edible green of the season, and it's immense. It goes throughout the process of it growing. It goes from leaf, and then the flower buds appear, and you can pickle the flower buds, still eating the leaf at that point. Then it goes to flower. Once the flower heads fall off, you have little bulbils, and at that point, that's when the leaves die back, but you've got the bulbils which you can pickle and ferment as well. So the whole process of wild garlic, and it lasts for about 3 to 4 months. And this season has been awesome. I've been using it in everything. I mean, scones, wild garlic pesto, with eggs, in soups and stews. It's awesome. Pesto's my favourite though. I use a mixture of pumpkin seeds and almonds. You'll try some later. Okay, so let's see what's happening over here. The chicken is just browning up nicely. You can see that. Starting to get some colour on it. Looking even more like chicken. And into the pot here, we're going to put the scrambled eggs. Or the eggs. We're scrambling them in there. Okay. And so I'm just going to start turning that around. Now the thing about scrambled eggs, I like them baveurs. And baveurs means, it's a French cooking term, it means baby's dribble. So it's slightly runny. I know it doesn't sound too appetizing, but that's the way you should really eat your eggs. Anything dry and overcooked it's no use. So you start seeing the eggs starting to coat the base of the pots, and you just want to leave that, and you just gently turn it over. So at this point, let's get the sourdough bread on. We'll put a touch more oil in the pan with the chicken. It's absorbing a lot of the oil. And we'll just gently turn that over. Tell you, the smells here, it's incredible. The bread toasting and the light mushroomly scent from the frying pan, it's incredible. So let's see what's happening here. Nothing with the toast so far. The eggs just starting to scramble. You want to take your time with scrambled eggs. You don't want it really hot. You want it just a slow process, turning it over, letting the eggs coat the base of the pot, turning it over, let the eggs coat the base of the pot. This breakfast, unless you're super hungry or hungover, you don't want to rush it. So, the sourdough bread is turning into toast, and just flip that over there. The mushrooms, and I'm going to put a bit of butter in now. So I didn't put butter in at the beginning because butter can burn. So I've got a little knob of butter in there. And that's just going to help the mushrooms brown off even more and add that beautiful flavour from the butter. Okay, so eggs coming together nicely. Toast, get in there. Just going to let that, so back to here. And the wild garlic now. At this point I'm going to add it in with the chicken. And so just wilt down like spinach, doesn't take any time at all. Just move that about the pan. You've got that incredible colour of the orange and the yellow from the mushroom and the vibrant green from the wild garlic. Okay, so it's time to start building. The toast is almost there. The eggs really starting to take shape in the pots. Now this is the point where I'd start to season the chicken of the woods, and I don't season the eggs at the beginning because I find that salt breaks down the albumin in the eggs and makes the eggs watery. So I wait till the eggs start to form, start to take shape in the pan. We'll take this one bit of toast off. It's ready, looking beautiful. And let's see about the chicken of the woods. So let's give that a toss over. You can see the colours in there. Now the wild garlic can eat raw, but it's nice, just as nice to have it wilted down. And so we'll season that off. Got some salt, obviously from a height, and then black pepper. Got the eggs there. Turn that toast. Toast's looking fantastic. And so we'll start with building the layers up. So we'll put a bit. Actually, just forgot. What we'll do first is butter that toast. Don't want to forget that. This is a luxurious breakfast, so good lick of butter on the toast. From there, we'll put a spot of the chicken, of the wood. It's a mushroom, it's not real chicken. Just lay that there. The other bit of toast is ready to go. Mushrooms back on there. Let's see how the eggs are doing. Eggs are really coming together now. You can see them really starting to get, but they're a bit too bavers at this point, a bit too runny. So just about another minute with them. Take that last bit of toast off. Butter him up. So the eggs are actually just now are coming in layers, almost like the layers when we harvested the mushroom from the tree. Okay, so I think we'll season that. So into the eggs, some salt, the pepper, just a few grounds. The residual heat in the pan now will just let everything cook because my fingers are burning on the grill here. So you can see if you look into the pot here, the eggs, they're steaming hot. They're really kind of taking shape. They're not dry, they're not watery, they're beautifully and velvety. One last heat burst in the stove, and then that's us. Wow. Just turning them over, keeping them nice and creamy. So you've got the velvet eggs, the last bit of the wild mushrooms on top, crunchy toast, wild garlic, and let's just do one last burst of pepper. There you have it. That's sourdough toast, chicken of the wood mushrooms, scrambled eggs, and wild garlic. Okay guys, why don't you come over and dig into these awesome eggs?
Not really.
Come on in.
Ooh, what's this? Hello.
That's chicken of the woods. It's a beautiful wild mushroom.
Tastes like chicken.
Tastes like chicken, looks like chicken. Try it.
Oh, it tastes like chicken.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's called chicken of the
Chicken of the woods.
Why some of this toast?
So that's homemade sourdough.
You like it?
Great. So there you have it. Scrambled eggs, chicken of the woods, sourdough toast.
Can I eat this pomegranate?
Okay, great. Well done, guys. That's it.
Thank you. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
One take.
It's a wrap.